Consider the parable of the polite man. He never interrupted, always agreed, and smiled when his soul screamed no. His funeral was well attended by people who called him nice, but his casket was impossibly light. Because after a lifetime of giving pieces of himself away to please others, nothing was left inside. How often do you find yourself in his shoes, agreeing to things when you want to say no? Staying silent to avoid conflict? You believe this politeness is a virtue, but what if it isn't? What if it's the architect of your own misery? This isn't about being rude, it's deeper. It's about a silent epidemic of self-betrayal disguised as good manners, a sickness of hidden exhaustion, the quiet resentment that builds beneath forced smiles. You feel powerless because you have given your power away. These habits, meant to make you liked, are making you hollow, eating away at your strength. The reason you feel this way is brutal. These polite habits are systems of social control, and they are designed to make you manageable and weak. Over a century ago, Nietzsche saw this sickness. He saw this devotion to politeness not as virtue, but as the primary symptom of a declining spirit. And he offered a challenge to overcome the habits of the herd and reclaim your individual will. This radical therapy begins by identifying the 7 polite habits that are secretly poisoning your life. First, the constant apology. Apologizing for speaking, for taking up space. Every unnecessary sorry diminishes you. It's a habit that shrinks you and teaches others you are secondary. A ritual of self-erasure. Second, the avoidance of all disagreement. You call it keeping the peace, but Nietzsche called it cowardice. A belief never challenged is not a belief, it is a dogma. Refusal to engage dulls the mind. Third, the compulsive need to explain yourself. New job, changed mind, yet you deliver speeches for approval. A powerful individual acts from their own center. Decisions justify themselves. Explaining constantly is begging permission. Fourth, downplaying your accomplishments. This is not humility, it is fear of your own power and success. To fully own achievement is to invite challenge. False humility insults the work you've done with weakness. Fifth, saying it's okay when it's not okay. This polite lie demolishes your boundaries, erasing self-respect. And when someone is late or rude, your polite response teaches them your time and feelings are worthless. It is an invitation for repeated disrespect. Sixth, offering unsolicited advice. Disguised as helping, it dominates others. True strength respects another's struggle enough to let them find their own way. Help only when asked. And the seventh, most corrosive habit, prioritizing others' comfort over your truth. This is the sickness root. Every swallowed no, every silenced truth sacrifices your integrity for social ease. You trade soul for convenience. Recognizing these habits is diagnosis, but Nietzsche demanded cure, not aggression or unkindness, a higher form of honesty. Here is your therapy. First, the 48-hour no apology challenge. Stop saying sorry unless truly at fault. Say excuse me instead. The discomfort you feel is space expanding, reclaiming dignity stolen by automatic apologies. Second, practice the productive pause. Before agreeing or saying, it's fine, stop. Take one full, deliberate breath. In that silence, ask yourself, what is the truest response here? Not easiest, not nicest, the truest. This pause is birthplace of your will. This is not a path to being liked. It is a path to being respected, most importantly, by yourself. Difficult work, clearing lies, finding truth. It is choosing to make your casket heavy, filled with weight of a life lived authentically.